Have to be careful how he says the center of gravity is very low, because once you have a low vehicle, we used to call them low riders, a lot of them still exist, it gives you the ability to go actually faster. Now, we don't really want one. We want it to be safe on the roads. But of course, the skateboard chassis is nothing new for mechanics to work around, because Ford and Jeep is actually doing that, where mechanics have to lift the entire body off of the chassis in order to replace certain parts. So I wonder if this is going to make it a lot easier for them. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. I'm your host Chris Clark. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel, please grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The link will be in the description box below. It gives you an insight of the little things I did while I was running more than one parts department across North America and the Caribbean. Today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the skateboard chassis. If you have never seen it before, here it is right here.
You're looking at the assembly of what many say is the most important change in automotive hardware in a century. The assembly of a vehicle with a skateboard chassis. The skateboard puts all the batteries of an electric vehicle in the flat section beneath the seats.
Engineers love it because they can put everything together, and it reduces a lot of the clutter that was under the hood. Exhaust systems, radiators, all that stuff's gone now. And designers love it because they can make a new body for a skateboard chassis and it drops right on without them having to worry about any of the other things that normally they would have to design around, such as the suspension system or the engine or the transmission.
Changes to automotive chassis are very rare. GM created the first skateboard chassis and debuted it at the 2002 North American International Auto Show in Detroit. Now just about every EV uses it.
Because it's the most efficient way to package the battery cells in a safe way, and it also helps steering and handling and braking because the center of gravity is very low.
Have to be careful how he says the center of gravity is very low, because once you have a low vehicle, we used to call them low riders, a lot of them still exist, it gives you the ability to go actually faster. Now, we don't really want one. We want it to be safe on the roads. But of course, the skateboard chassis is nothing new for mechanics to work around, because Ford and Jeep is actually doing that, where mechanics have to lift the entire body off of the chassis in order to replace certain parts. So I wonder if this is going to make it a lot easier for them.
Prior to the skateboard, we were all driving in cars made in two ways. Either body on frame,
where you've got this big steel frame and they drop the body onto it,
or unibody,
where the frame and the body are all in one piece. And cars and trucks have been made that way for the last 120 years or so.
And there he just admitted it. And hence the challenges where the mechanics have to go through on a day-to-day basis to get around these much needed parts and to get it done. And why the prices sometimes seems exorbitant, because the flat rate system makes allowances for the time that is spent replacing these parts. Now imagine how all the parts are going to be compressed inside the skateboard chassis.
Another benefit of the skateboard chassis has to do with aesthetics and design. In EVs, the floors are very flat, no transmission hump, like this.
And the interior room is greatly increased, and you'll also find that there's a lot of extra storage space in cars too, like the area underneath the console in many electric cars is an open area now.
There are limitations, however. For example, the skateboard isn't ready yet to replace the frames used on large trucks hauling heavy loads. But as batteries become smaller, the skateboard might be able to handle that. And for the EVs using them now,
it's a better mousetrap all around. It just does everything better, and it's the ideal layout for the electric car. I think it's good.
And one of the things I always emphasize is that don't rush into the technology when it's brand new. Give it a year or two, have other people drive it around, because if you look at cell phones and televisions and all other electrical gadgets, there is always improvement, and the next model always have some advantages over the previous model. Another thing you need to look at is also the prices of some of these things when they just appear on the market compared to when they've been around for at least 10 years. It's going to be very interesting to see the new parts master listing on these items to see exactly what we're going to be selling, how, what the components they come in, because as you know, there are some components that are sold as a complete assembly as against to selling some items individually. Let's get the conversation going. Again, remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. I'll see you in the next video.